Welcome.
Hello and welcome to Jrock's Babylon. I'm your host, Jason Jrock Houston, and our guest today is Chaoseum lead singer CK Smile. It's Chaoseum. Did I pronounce it right?
Uh, you can choose how you want to pronounce it because this word doesn't exist. So sometimes it's Chaosium or Chaosium or
Oh,
with our French accent Chaoseum. Depends. So very Chaosium, I think is pretty good.
I love it. I mean, I kind of I look at it and it's like, okay, the root word is chaos, which I love to, a great name for a metal band. Is You want to tell the story how you came up with that?
The band started in 2018.
Okay.
But the lineup was almost completely different because on vocals it was a female singer,
Oh wow.
and with another guitar player with no bassists. And I joined the band in 2019 when they decided to change the vocals, and I made the second album, so second life,
Yeah.
and we did some uh, live album, acoustic album,
Uh,
till the third album,
oh
Third
wow.
Eye.
Okay. And so, were you aware of the band before you joined? And talk a little bit about how you got the gig.
Well, actually, I knew the ex guitar player before I came in the band,
Oh,
and I just kept in touch on that moment, and I don't know why he decided to call me, just telling me,
yeah.
do you want to join the band on vocals? And I was like, I'm a guitar player. I'm not singer. And
Wow.
it was okay. Why not a new challenge in my life? And that's what I did.
Well, I
And
like that. I like that. Because a lot of guys I've talked to over years, that's kind of the story. They start out as a guitar player, a bass player, something, and then they just out of coincident, maybe the fact that they have the best sounding voice of everybody in the band, it kind of falls on them. Oh, they didn't realize that what a great singer they are. And I love that story, CK, because I was listening to some of your music off a new album and prepping for the interview, and you got a great voice, especially for a guy that didn't have a lot of experience doing it. I mean, so
thank you.
when you joined the band, did it take much work to you for you to get to that comfort level where you, oh, okay, I can do this?
On the first album, it was very hard. I mean, on gigs because the first record was with the female singer, and for the first gigs, I had to learn the songs and try to sing on the same notes, and it was a huge challenge for me. But when we did the second live album, that was more in my on my type of voice, and it was much better for me. I took a couple course of with a singer teacher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry if sometimes I do some mistakes when I'm talking because I learned English in 2019, so
Don't
for the
worry
band.
about it, CK. I got to tell you, if that's the case, you talk really good. I mean, maybe you're self-conscious because you got a bit of an accent, but I understand you just fine.
I try my best, thank you. And on the second album, it was more comfortable for me to sing. And now till now, the new challenge for me is the last album, Live for Sale, because I choose to change a little bit my voice, like something a little bit more clear, and I sing a little bit more in higher notes. And on the first times I was a little bit afraid because I was, oh, why, dude, why you did that? Why you don't stay
Yeah.
in the middle here in the middle range? Why do you choose to go more higher? And no, actually, it's okay. I feel good, and we have a lot of gigs this last few days, and feel
Okay.
more and more comfortable. So
Okay, now let me ask you, the fact that the original singer was a female, obviously your voice, um, you don't have a female voice or anything like that. So, were you allowed to come in and kind of, do those songs your way, or did you kind of also have to stay true to the original singer's versions?
I had to find a way to put my style on it
Yeah, yeah,
because obviously some notes my vocal range can't do exactly the same.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes
Uh,
sense.
Fortunately, on the first album, the song "First Step to Hell,"
Okay.
um, I I create the melody of the voice
Oh, wow,
be,
oh,
be,
wow.
be, before she was in the bands and wrote the lyrics. I didn't wrote the lyrics, of course,
Of course.
but I create the melody. So on this album is the only song I can be very comfortable.
Sure.
But when I was singing the other song on stage, sometimes I was okay. No, I can't. It's very weird to sing that because I have to sing very high, and no, I can't do that. Um, yeah, it was a lot of work because I have to do some readaptation
Yeah.
of some songs, but everything was okay. But
That must be,
today I don't know if we're gonna
yeah,
play this first record again.
yeah. I guess kind of be whatever the fans want. How do you feel the fans have accepted you?
Since the first gig, everything was everybody was amazing with me.
Wow.
No, no hate, absolutely nothing. Maybe one or two comments saying, "Oh, I prefer the female voice," and I can understand that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you like that in a band, obviously you will prefer that. But but in general, the people was very nice with me.
That's to be expected, because first of all, anytime you're talking about any band that had an original singer leave or something like that, I mean, the fans, depending on how long the line was, the fans have it already kind of a built-in expectation of what the band's supposed to sound like. You go and change something like the lead singer, that's a pretty big deal. So I think it's a testament to your talent, CK, that the fans were so accepting, and it's a unique story. Like you tell me I wasn't a singer before. I had to kind of learn how to do what I'm doing. And so it's not like you're a guy that's been singing since you were 5 years old. And it's a great story, I think. And you should be very confident in what you're doing because that says a lot to me that the fans have been that accepting.
Well, confidence.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was I, I was nervous as hell on my
sure.
first gig.
Yeah,
My first gig was front of 1,000 people, and can you imagine that?
yeah.
Before that I was a guitar player, no singer, and replacing a female vocalist on a gig with 1,000 people in the crowd.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, I will fucked up completely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And now, do you also play guitar in the band, or are you just primarily the vocalist when you guys play live?
Right now, I'm just singing.
Okay,
But
okay.
when I started with Chaoseum, I was in another band as a guitarist in a more something more metalcore, hardcore projects.
Hmm.
Not famous, absolutely not famous. But well, life is life. I had to stop with them, not because Chaoseum, but just because we decided to stop that band. And till now, I don't. I decided just to keep just one
Yeah,
band because with Chaosium we have a lot of work,
yeah.
and I have to compose the music. We are independent, so we have to do many things by ourselves. So a lot of jobs. So
Yeah,
for
I was going
now,
to ask, in regards to the new album, which is Life for Sale, great
yeah,
title, by the way. So you, being the frontman, you're very much more involved with the songwriting, the lyrics. As before, like in your previous bands, I imagine you came up with the great guitar riffs and you're involved in the songwriting that way. So talk about that transition because it's got to be quite a change for you having to worry about coming up with these great lyrics as well.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
On the previous albums, we were two composers in the band, with me and the ex guitar player. And when the lineup changed, and and Kevin and Finn Broker was on guitar and bass. They were so new in the band, so they had first to learn every songs,
Mm.
and I wanted to start to write the new album, so I decided to do everything alone.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I took my guitar, I create the riffs, I create drums, and obviously after this, I
Yeah.
showed that to the guys, and they put their own style
Sure.
for playing that. But basically, yes, I compose everything, and so that's why maybe it sounds different
Sure. Sure.
because the ex member was maybe a little bit more metalcore or heavy
Yeah.
metal,
Yeah.
uh, and I'm more I I need to give a message very clear,
Okay.
and I
Yeah.
don't want to do something complicated to give my message.
Sure.
So for instrumental and the lyrics, I choose something very simple because
Yeah. Yeah.
life is already hard.
Yeah.
Why to be that hard complicated in the music? No, I don't want it. I want I'm a simple guy. I wanna talk to simple people.
Yeah, yeah, and it's interesting because again, um, now that you're the composer, the frontman, the lead singer, you got a lot more responsibilities, on your table. And as a guitar player, a guy that always wrote great guitar riffs, when you bring the songs into the band and the other guitar players now playing your riffs that you wrote, um, I imagine that helps you to have a better understanding of what he's doing.
Uh, Fortunately, all the members trust me for
Yeah,
music,
yeah, yeah,
so it wasn't it was so easy to for them to accept what
sure.
what I composed, and no ego, absolutely nothing. They made it with a huge pleasure to play that riff, and I wanted to make them take this riff, uh,
Yeah,
like if it was their riffs,
sure,
like
sure.
I want to make the crowd take this songs and made it songs made how it was made by them.
Well, I
Because,
get that. I get that. I guess what I'm asking is like, being the fact that you're also a guitar player, like, I imagine it makes it easier for you to communicate with a guitar player. Hey, well, this is how I heard the riff in my head, or this is how I was thinking playing, and then maybe, maybe sometimes he does something on his own, and you're like, hey, wow, I can't believe what you did with that.
yeah, I just yeah, I wrote that just like that because I had many ideas,
Oh, sure, sure. And
and
also
I'm
as a
still composing.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Also, as a front man now, you got to be a lot more animated on stage. Where when you're a guitar player, mate, everybody's typically looking at the guitar player, the lead singer, typically. Um,
mhm.
and but as the front man, you got to be a lot more animated. You got to communicate more with the audience. Talk about that transition. Did it take you a while to get that comfort level where you're at now?
It took it took a lot of time for me to feel comfortable in that role.
Yeah,
Um, but today I feel more confident and more a lot of more comfortable, and I really live what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So so I try just to make the people understand me.
Sure, sure.
Uh, I made very simple lyrics because I want to give the opportunity to the people to understand their own point of view of the song, or with their own imagination. I can tell my story, but I
Sure.
want I want to give some space for the people to take this for just for them, and
Yeah.
um, and to express myself. Well, I feel like a kid when I'm on stage. I'm with my makeup. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
Halloween. So I'm very enjoying like a kid on stage. So it's not so hard finally to be playing that character
Yeah.
on gigs.
And talk about being in the makeup because I imagine, going out in public like you look right now, it allows you the opportunity to kind of not be swarmed by fans. But I always loved bands that kind of had a visual thing as well as the music. You know, talk a little bit about that because I think that's a great aspect of, the band.
The idea was by Valerie,
Hmm.
the first guitar player with the long hair, and uh, when he told me about the band, he wanted to give something more visual
Yeah, yeah,
because it's usual. Well, like every country, but it's usual to play in many gigs where the sounds is not good.
yeah. Okay.
So what's the other way to give a good show? Oh, so be more visual. So with makeup or mask,
Mm.
so many bands did that is always a good thing, and something more theatrical and not just music.
Yeah, yeah. I always love that. I love bands like, Alice Cooper, Kiss, Slipknot, just to, name a few. Motley Crue, all those great bands now. You
Hmm.
mentioned the fact that the original lineup did not feature a bass player, which is kind of interesting. The only other band I can think that ever did that is like the legendary band from LA, The Doors. They had like session bass players come in and play on their records, but they didn't have an official bass player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that because the music you guys are making didn't really require a lot of bass, or um, there's just no need for it?
Everybody need a bass player,
Yeah, yeah. I was
but
just kind of curious why though. Yeah.
it's just at the beginning the idea was to not just be a local band, but to
Uh-huh.
travel a lot. But the kind of problem is you have to pay the airplane, you have to
Oh,
pay the hotels, you have to pay everything, and it was the good idea just to keep some money, to
I got
save
you.
some money and time and on that moment, and that was comfortable at the
Yeah, yeah,
beginning.
yeah, yeah.
And when the ex-guitarist decided to stop with that band, well, we wanted to the first time we wanted to keep the same lineup, kind of lineup, two
Sure.
guitar player, drummer, and just me, and that's it. But we had a guy telling guys, I really want to play bass on the band, and I can't take the time to do tours with you. And well, the feeling was very good between us,
Hmm.
and we were like, okay, uh, maybe now we can try to be five on stage and not four anymore. That's what we did. Today, we don't regret that decision.
So that's a great part of a story, part of a progression of a band. Um, Now we're talking a lot about a little bit ago about the visuals of the band. I urge people to go on the YouTube page and check out the videos I've seen for off the latest album for I believe Failure and the title track Life for
Mhm.
Sale. Talk about the making of those videos. The reason I ask is because again, very professional looking music videos. Look like some you would have seen on MTV back in the day.
We work with good producers for the music video, and we try the most part of the time we try to keep the same producer, but between Life for Sale and the Failure, we decided to two different producers because the Failure I wanted something more theatrical, like a movie,
Yeah, yeah.
some something more dark. And so we decided to take another guy for this one. Um, but with every producers in every music video, it's always a huge work
Sure,
because you have
sure.
to organize everything. You have to start the day very very early in the morning, and just keep the distance till the evening. Um, and it was fun, intense. Um, Even the failure, we had to do that music video straight after a festival, so we
Wow.
were completely broken.
Wow. Wow.
But we did it. We did it.
I
We
love
took
knowing
two
that
actors.
because watching the failure video, that's one of my favorite by you guys. And what's interesting, the music itself kind of it's got a kind of a Marilyn Manson meets Nine Inch Nails vibe. At the same time, you have your own great kind of original sound going for you. The makeup, the theatrics, I think of the video added to me liking the video so much that, and like you're saying, that making a video is an all day thing. It takes 8 hours, sometimes even more, and you're in that
Yeah.
makeup. So I mean, that has to get kind of exhausting, being around in the makeup all day.
Yeah, well, for me no, but for the guitar player, for Valerie, it's a hard work because you have to make his fake scars on the face,
Wow.
in cross with some lenses in his eyes, and you have to keep that all the fucking day. Yeah, I can't imagine how hard it is.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my makeup with my big smile, and that's
Sure.
it. And
And
um,
does it take longer to get the makeup on or to take it off?
no, just between 30 minutes and maybe 50 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. And I was curious. The failure. That's an interesting kind of title. Did you write about anything specific? Any just kind of having failing at times. Throughout your life, which we all do. That's part of life, right? You
Mhm.
take the good with the bad.
Actually, the failure is talking about abandon,
Oh.
and that's every song in this album is telling something about my past,
Oh.
and I'm talking about that shitty past
Okay.
part of my life, and on that time I tried just to be how I was when I was 8 years old, and I lived that experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Well, it's interesting. I mean, it's literally like many people, songwriters talk about. It's literally a page out of your life, which is that's why I think many of these songs are so heartfelt, and that you're so willing to open up and share this part of your life. Um, I think that's why the songs kind of have the appeal they do, and they sound so, real and original sounding.
but this is, for the failure specifically was very intense for me, very hard to write actually,
Wow.
because yeah, emotionally I was 200% implicated on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one.
You're
And to create the rhythm, well, actually I started with a reggae rhythm,
yeah.
and then in my head I was singing the notes, dun, da, 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 dun, dun, da, 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 dun, dun. And then I put more notes, more rhythm,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Interesting.
and just for the instrumental was emotionally intense. But when I wrote the lyrics,
Okay.
oh, that was completely hard for me. But
I
I did
imagine
it,
you're
and
you're literally taking a page out of your life story and wearing
yeah.
your heart on your sleeve, so to speak, and revealing all this. Now, you were talking a little earlier about what you write these songs about, but you kind of enjoy it when bands or other people come up to you and they have their own kind of interpretations of the songs. Like, they come up and tell you something to the effect that, hey, I was listening to this song and it really touched my heart. It reminded me of, when my mom or dad died or something. And you're like, that's not what I wrote about. But hey, if it means something to you, that's got to kind of be a great feeling that people have their own interpretations of your songs.
You can't always find your way in a song, even if that song wasn't wrote about
About
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Is you, I like to know the people took the opportunity to make my story to their story
Sure,
and to try to find some different meanings. And that's a big gift when
sure.
somebody tell me your songs from you guys. This songs helped me a lot to be through this experience.
Yeah,
And I'm always like, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a doctor, but I'm very happy if our songs help you.
oh yeah,
And
that's got to be a great feeling,
I
you know.
saw that the first time I heard that with smile again, because a poor guy told me he broke with his girlfriend, and he was very depressive after that, and this song helped him a lot, and he said just thank you, and I had to say no man,
Yeah,
thanks to you, thank
yeah,
you, and it's always extremely amazing experience to live when
yeah,
you make you somewhere you kind of save somebody.
yeah. That's a great feeling, you know. And I want to ask you, CK, about your stage name. That's one thing that I really picked up on right away. CK Smile. I don't know what the CK stands for, but I love the smile because being from a metalcore band, and yet even just talking to you, you seem so pleasant and happy. And I just think it's a cool name. Yeah, yeah. So that's great. And then I guess the final question for today is talk a little bit about the title track. Now, this was my kind of an interpretation. Life for sale could be you could be talking about commercialism, the fact that everything's for sale, everything kind of has a price. I mean, you want to share with us what the song is actually about?
You're not totally wrong,
Uh-huh.
but actually on this one I'm talking about my religious past.
Okay, okay,
And I grew up in a church, in a specific church,
okay.
um, not conventional church, and I grew up till I was 18.
Oh wow, wow.
Uh, and when I was a teenager, I just opened my eyes and I was like, no, something's wrong with it. I'm not agree with it. I'm not trying to convince anybody to in this song to believe or not in God or in another
Yeah, yeah,
other
yeah,
concept. It's just to say what I've been through, and I was completely in disagreements with the fact that you have to be like us or you're not a nice
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. I
You're
mean,
not
even
good.
I've
And
even heard Michael Sweet from Striper talk over years about how, like, growing up in the church, him and his brother, and then they formed a band. A lot of the people from the church would
mhm,
say that because they were playing rock music, they're like playing the devil's music and stuff, and yet they're writing songs about God and Jesus Christ. Um,
mhm.
and so my question to you is, when you knew you wanted to go into music and you started doing your musical thing, um, did people from a church ever kind of did you have the same kind of experience where people would say, hey, you can't play that type of music. You're supposed to be doing what the church tells you.
You can't play that music. You can have long hair. You can't see you can have any relationship.
Wow.
You can't be yourself.
Uh,
Please hide yourself. Don't be like this.
wow.
You're
Yeah.
wrong. You're wrong. And that's somebody told me when I was 9 years old. You're wrong. You can't be yourself because that's devil.
Yeah. Well,
And
yeah.
some years later, I just said, okay, fuck yourself.
And, well, I love that attitude because success means different things to different people. But I mean, look at where you've come. You're doing your music and you're living out your dream, so to speak. And I don't know if you're still struggling with your religion or not, but I think it's always best bet is to stay true to who you are. Don't let others dictate to you who you are.
hmm
Yeah,
completely.
yeah,
No, somebody want to change who you are if somebody don't love you,
yeah.
and maybe that's the real devil.
Yeah, that's the
So
real devil right there. Yeah. Yeah. Chaosium. Well, I got to tell you, I'm a great. I wasn't aware of the band, to be honest, until your publicist sent me a press release on the band, and like I said, in prepping for the interview, I wanted to check out the music because I like to know what I'm talking about. Very impressive, especially when you're hearing these songs for the first time, which I can honestly say I did. So I was listening kind of with the fresh air, having knowing very little bit about the band until I talked to you today, CK, except the name of the band. I didn't even know, I wasn't even aware that there had been a previous singer. I thought you were original singer, and so it's great talking to you today and kind of learning your history and the band's history together. Um, this interview I'm going to put up later today, so I will be sure you get the link, and you're welcome to share it. And you're welcome back on the show anytime you guys got a video or something to promote. Um, you're a
No,
great
with
guy.
pleasure.
You're a great guy to talk to. And I guess the final thing for today is I know I was reading that the band played the Whiskey a Go Go a couple years ago and played Nam. What was that experience like?
Oh, legendary! It was amazing to be there, especially when I was in the backstage and I was just watching the walls and so many signs
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Led Zeppelin, from Aerosmith, from Kiss, from so many
Van Halen,
legends,
the Doors, they
and
all got their start there. Yeah.
I was there. We were with the guys there, and we were like, oh, why a Swiss band? What are we fucking doing here?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It was huge. So if I have the opportunity to play there again, I will.
And so,
Sure.
where have you had a huge chance with the band to tour much outside of your home country, or is that kind of the next step in your plan?
Right now we're in Belgium. We will play here tonight, and then we go straight to Germany,
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
then in London.
Well, CK, it was great talking to you. I wish luck with the new album and the tour. Um, so you take care, my friend, and I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Take care too. Thank you.
Okay. Bye
Thank
bye.
you for having me. Bye.
Anytime.